Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are at A Taste of Aging, Sex Positivity, Later in Life, and I am very honored to be here. I am so grateful for this invitation. I am delighted to be in the company of such experts, such wonderful practitioners in the arts of love. I am happy to be with all of you through this video while local events call for my presence. I am in Italy at the moment, which is my first matria. And for those of you who don't know me yet, I am Dr. Serena Gaia, also known as Serena Anderlini-D'Onofrio. I am a scholar, a writer, an erstwhile university professor, and I dedicate this time of my life to the practice, research, and teaching in the arts of love. This is my age of wisdom. I welcome you to this brief video where I will share from my experience and inspire you to invent your amorous life as the artwork of love. Whether you are female or male, or anywhere in between, whether you are young or old, or anywhere in between, I have good news for you, and that's the news. The happiest decade in your life begins now, as long as that's what you choose. How can I say that, you may ask? Well, here's what. The sadness we associate with age reflects the sadness we associate with death, the fear of death that our culture is pervaded with. And where does that fear, that sadness come from, you might ask? Here's what I would like to suggest. It comes from the focus on individuality that has characterized our culture, our Western culture mainly, in the era of Pisces. As we now transition toward the era of Aquarius, we know that the focus will be on systems, on ecosystems, on collaboration and symbiosis, as Gaia theory indicates very clearly and anticipates scientifically. In that context, death, the end of life of an individual entity, will be a small instance of the vast recycling of each personal life into the wider whole of planetary life. So that approaching that moment, coming to that transition, will be a time for reflection and for gifting the world with the wisdom of one's experience, of living one's life as the artwork of love. You can see that in this context, the happiest decade of your life begins every moment you decide that your experience makes you a better artist of love than the one you were before. One can say that each experience is a practice in the arts of love that gifts the person with more awareness. In fact, as artists, we all begin with early works where impulse and instinct prevail. When then we can get to the years of our full maturity, when we offer the world our most generous gifts. Finally, we get to that age when wisdom prevails and we can distill the essence of what really matters in our transmissions to the world. It's a great time in life to arrive to, if you are so fortunate. And practicing the art of love is good for one's health. So there you have it. We can all do this. Each and every one of us can. And I encourage each and every one of you to start as early as you can so that you have a wider store of experience to draw from later on. Our experiences get written into our neurological systems, into our biome. And when we metabolize them as the artwork of love, they transform us. They help us to evolve. In my case, the way I've transformed my amorous, my sensual, affective, sexual, and intellectual life into a work of art is by writing about it. You will find out more about that a bit later when I open up some images for you. While I have your attention, I want to quickly dispel some myths that affect women in our age of wisdom, and in slightly different ways also men. Females live way beyond our fertile years in species that are intelligent, knowledgeable, and highly evolved, including humans, whales, bonobos, and dolphins. So in this context, when you think about it, there is no menopause. There is no minus. It's a plus pause that gives us women time to experience pure enjoyment, to store awareness and pass it on. When fertility is gone, there is pure sexual pleasure. Another myth I want to dispel is about love across the generations. It's very nurturing to connect amorously and sexually with people of a different age group. It provides windows on experiencing the world at different times in its evolution. It fertilizes our respective biomes with more vital energies. It gives younger people a window of the wisdom they can evolve if they live wisely from earlier on. It gives older people a chance to access the energizing moments of a younger age. I thank you for your attention for now. I will transition now to the images in a moment where you will get more information. It's been an honor to be with you. I wish you all the best in this event and everything else as well. Yes, and here we are with a few slides that I've prepared for you in this context of a taste of aging, sex positivity later in life. Well, you know, the happiest decade of your life begins now, and we can start it by talking about it in this way. Here is the book I was mentioning before, where I've metabolized some of my experiences in my amorous life as the artwork of love. This is a memoir. It's a biographical narrative. And in its second edition, the title has always been Eros, and it's in its second edition, it has become also an inspirational book with the subtitle, The Wisdom of Love. Last year, I was fortunate enough during the second lockdown in the Italian winter to hold a series of events where we used this book for transformation. It was called The Happiest Decade of Your Life. And the idea was that we would transform through reading. And there may be a time when this kind of sequence may be offered in English as well. I'm not sure yet. So here are my invitations. If you're interested in knowing more about Eros, the wisdom of love, you can join the Eros Club. It's a Facebook page, and there you will have all the updates on eventual offerings in relation to this happiest decade of your life that may begin anytime. And another invitation is to the experiential retreat that I offer every year. It's called Alchemies of Ecosexual Love. This year it will be in Rome, and these are the dates, August 24th to the 28th, in its 5th edition. This is a retreat that really supports people in designing the love life that they want, in losing all the fears of love that that experience sometimes bring us in metabolizing them in the wisdom of being on the scene of love again, with many tools that really help all kinds of people, very diverse people, overcome these obstacles and form networks and families of people who really love each other. And here we have another invitation. I am a graduate of this initiatory school called ISTA, International School of Temple Arts. And there's been talk of creating some editions of ISTA, the ISTA trainings, for people especially designed and focusing on people who have reached or are closer to reaching the age of wisdom, maybe people over 50. So if you follow up on that, if you're interested, just stay tuned to find out more about this project. And finally, my invitation is to join the Telegram channel that I've recently created. It's called Gaia Science. Gaia is this concept of the earth, of life on earth as a symbiotic being, a collaboration of different ecosystems joined together. And it's also, Gaia in Italian is a word that means happy, gay, in the original sense, mainly. And it's also an ancient goddess, the goddess of the earth. So the idea is that a science that is Gaia, science that is gay, that is happy, is a science that is about caring, is about loving, and is about healing. And this is the channel where we bring information about that and participation in projects. Please join it. And this is to say goodbye to you. I am Dr. Serena Gaia. I'm also known as Serena Anderlini-D'Onofrio. Serena Gaia is my art name as a teacher in the arts of love. And here are other ways to find me. My email on Gmail and my Italian phone number available also on WhatsApp and Telegram. My two websites, ecosexlove.org, which is mainly about events and offerings, and serenagaia.org, which is mainly about my work, where all my work is accessible and organized in a fairly decent way. And then there is the link to my author's profile, where you can find all my book collections and studies. And also I have a YouTube channel where there is a lot of content available, and a Vimeo channel as well. And with this, I can say that it's been an honor to be with you. I wish you all the best in this event and everything else. I encourage you to follow me, and remember, the happiest decade of your life begins now. Thank you.